the disorder. Okay, what that's going to look like. Oh, there's actually this right here. Okay. Yes. Which means that everybody has the disease. Yes.
When I talked about IAs on it, she said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You know what? Scrap that. Because in this case, dominant would say this, because it's a recessive disease.
So that the mom wouldn't have to.
So, yeah, so I need to rewrite that. I read that wrong, so ignore my thing here, okay? Because what that really means is if it's dominant, then mother does not have the recessive trait at all. It's really poor wording. I need to like rewrite these questions somewhere along the line. Then it's going to look like this. Which means that none of the boys will have the disease, none of the girls will have the disease. Both of the girls are carriers. Does that make sense? What? Okay. No, it is 50% carriers and 50% no disease. Zero percent has disease. Questions? Okay, we go back to these. Was there a third question? Or is that it? There's a fourth question on this one. Oh, so this one's worth 4 different things. Okay, so this fourth question. Mother homozygous recessive. For the disorder. And father does not have the disorder. Okay? That means that all the boys will have the disease. So 50% chance of any children having the disease. And 50% chance of females being carriers, or children being carriers. Not females, but 50% chance carrier, which happen to be females. Again, you could say 100% of females are carriers, 100% of boys have the disease, whichever way it was phrased. Still with me? Okay. So as far as, oh, I guess I really didn't describe anything with hemophilia, so let's go back to the chart. All right, so nephrogenic diabetes insipidus. There should be some signs and symptoms, basically, of you're urinating a lot. Okay, that's the basic thing. You're urinating a lot. You're really, really dehydrated, and urinating a lot. Okay, as far as the signs and symptoms go, whatever form that you took on that. The pathophysiology on that would be that they do not have antidiuretic hormone. Okay? Does anybody have anything that's questionable on that one that they had, that they put that? Nephrogenic diabetes insipidus? Okay. Color blindness. Obviously, they're colorblind. You can get pretty detailed on that, but did anybody pick color blindness? Oh, a lot of people. Somebody read one. You're nominated. Loud. Louder.
Characterized by the inability to clearly distinguish different colors on the spectrum, ability to be mild to severe, and to see colors in a limited range of views, symptoms of color blindness include difficulty distinguishing between colors, difficulty to see shades or tones, and rapid.
Holy cow, that was a lot to say. They're colorblind, they don't see colors. Moving on. What else? Did they get any pathophys in there at all? Does anybody have any one with pathophys in it? Yeah.
Mine was really general. They just said fault in development of corneas of eye.
That's definitely general. At least we got a cornea word in there. Yeah?
This guy just said the faulty cones fall in the pathway from cone to the brain.
Faulty cones, faulty pathway from cone to the brain. Okay. What do you have?
The color receptors are on the X chromosome and the males only have one X.
Whatever. For this, we'll give it to him again. It's the first time. A little more specificity would be awesome. If you combine all of those, it'd be okay. On one paper would be great. But again, it's the first time, so I guess that's okay. I mean, ideally, the word cones should have been there, but whatever. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, again, I think we talked about that one. So they really kind of need in there about the fact that your muscles are not strong or weak, and that it's the dystrophin arm is not connecting to the extracellular matrix. Again, we talked about that. We had it on a PowerPoint. All you have to do is read it, and that should be fine. So you really kind of have to have that. Did anybody pick congenital aqueductal stenosis on the paper that you're grading? Oh, really? Cool. What? And what? Was there any kind of patho in there? The signs and symptoms? Okay, yeah, I have something for patho. Somebody else? Again, no patho? All right, there's, again. Should have been something in there about the cerebral aqueduct being closed up as a minimum. And then hemophilia, A or B. Oh, you have a question? Or? I'm sure a lot of people put hemophilia. Basically, we need a bleeding problem that you can't stop bleeding fast. As far as the pathophys goes, there really kind of has to be something about factor 8 or factor 9 clotting factor missing. Okay. Obviously, it's X-linked. Any other questions on that? Okay. Again, add these up in the right-hand columns, all those tiny little points. And remember, I know it looks like you're marking the heck out of this thing and taking apart little points. This whole thing's worth, what, 25 points? So, you know, you may have 25 marks on there and only lose a few points overall because it has to be converted. And that's 25 points of the entire assignment, so. Yeah.
How many points was the last, like, February 3, like the last one where you had to?
The one that had 4?
Yeah.
Again, each one of those questions, and all of them are worth 3, right? So that last question was actually worth 3 times 4, which is 12 total.
Plus the.
Or the other 3 were worth like 9
Plus
each.
the inheritance.
Plus, yeah, how it's inherited, so that's another point. Does anybody added it up and how many this second part is worth in total?
36.
It's 36? Okay. And that first part was what, 46? Or something? Do you remember? I think it was like 46, so. Again, I have to add all that up and then convert it back down to 25 points, so. Yeah.
I did my paper, but I didn't print it out. Yeah.
So if you got them all added up, just slide them down to one way or the other, and I'll just collect them. Okay, remember, again, this, both parts have to be electronically submitted Sunday by midnight. Please make sure, especially if you're a transfer student, it's your first semester, you give yourself plenty of time, like an hour before midnight, to make it through that and turn it in, because you never know when to turn it in. I've seen it return results in 30 seconds, and I've seen it take an hour. Okay? Yeah. Don't worry about the percentage on turn it in, okay? The form itself takes up a lot, okay? I'm expecting most people to be about 50%, okay? Now, having said that, that does mean Alexa is actually looking at them, The answer key, by the way, as I have it written, is submitted to turn it in. And I already know, not in this class, but there is somebody that's gonna have like a 98% for the answer key. That's because I know some of you guys are taking pictures of it. I don't care, but we do have an instructor that is a week ahead of us. And apparently one of his students took pictures, sent it to somebody else, and they were stupid enough to literally write the key on their paper. Which means, you know, now they gotta go for the board and second test. Again, we had to turn it in,
It's kind of cool.
You just need to know what you're doing.
I know, for my notes, my answers.
Go. Thank you, ma'am. Good.
Wait, did you? Is this it?
Oh, killing me.
Sorry. It was underneath.
My bad. Is that, do I have all of them? Alrighty, so. What is today? Thursday. All right. You guys are stressing me out, so even though I put the PowerPoint up, let's not start that till next week. And let's see if we can find a Kahoot or something, because you're like stressing me out.